Okay, so me and Steve are sitting here. We got a radio show on Saturday.
Yep, this coming Saturday, yeah.
This is a video, of course, so probably not this Saturday for you, but it's this Saturday for us.
Sure.
We were talking about 1031 exchange.
Yes.
And how a lot of people, they're not familiar with it. They maybe have an old, outdated idea of what it is or what it, so we had some really good content about what it is, how it works, and how people can learn more about it. Maybe you could kind of just run through what an exchange is, common misconceptions, and how that works.
Sure. First of all, there is a lot of common misconceptions, and the problem is a lot of the things that people misunderstand today are things that were in the past actually how it worked. It was the way it was, but like many laws, 1031 exchange has evolved over time. The word like kind on the property. People used to think that, well, if I'm selling a house, I have to buy another house. If I'm selling a piece of land, I have to buy another piece of land. Not true. Like kind is almost any kind of investment property, and there are resources and places you can go to actually, the little book that this is involved with has a little resource that you can go to, ipx1031.com, and read all about it. But ultimately, here's what happens. What is happening in a 1031, before I get into how it works, let me talk a little bit about the other misconception. We had a guy just the other day, remember, he thought after 35 days, he had 35 days, he thought, in order to find, replace, and close on an exchange property or something to keep his exchange intact.
That's why he didn't want to do it.
It's called a tax-free exchange, and I do that in quotes because there's no tax-free. All we're doing is really taking the equity out of one property, following some rules, and putting that equity in another property without paying taxes. Whatever basis you had, whatever depreciation schedule you were on, is just moved over into the new property, and you start again with the new property. You use a third party, a qualified third party, to handle that transaction for you in the 1031 exchange. It's basically just, without paying taxes, taking your equity out of one property and moving it into another. The big thing that I want to caution people on is don't just plan to do this and start selling your properties. You need to set it up before you close on, or preferably before you even list or try to market your property for sale. You need to have your 1031 exchange expert involved, because it's not something you can just do after the fact or behind the scenes. You'll end up paying taxes and you'll be very, very miserable. So that's the big thing that I want to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It should be about it. I just want to make sure they knew.
That's it. It's basically taking my equity out of one property, moving it into another one. And the opportunity here right now is huge for the different property types that we refer to in the book.
Yeah, and there's also, if you guys read the book, there's a couple little snippets in there where we actually go over exchanges too. So,
and we give some resources. I think we give the website in that book, and they can actually go learn all they want to know about exchange. And the other thing I'll tell you is, here's a little secret. You can actually call that company or any national 1031 exchange company. They'll put you on the phone with an expert, and they won't charge you a cent to sit there and answer your questions all day long.
That's right.
So figure it out and make those calls.
Okay. If you have any questions, as usual, we've got links and number at the bottom of the email. Let us know if you need some help.